Today we're building another viewer suggested engine. Well, actually a chassis too, if you really like to consider that way, but yeah. So yeah, let's go. As you can see here, we are in the side of automation that I'm really not in that often. That is the vehicle building side. Before we get on to this, let me show you the engine. Which is a 6.5 liter V10 that hopefully will make close to, well, I would say 5,000 horsepower. So yeah. So grab your coffee, sit down, let's build this engine. So as we are here, we are slowly configuring all our superchargers bits and turbo bits. Now we're moving on to the intake side, which is going to be a very simple setup. We're running nitromethane because I want to make a lot of horsepower. So that's what is required. And also it's the first time I've built a supercharged V10, which that's an interesting way to put it. So we are making quite a lot of horsepower already, but I see we are gonna probably struggle with our rods and pistons, if I'm completely honest with y'all. Because as you see there, we pretty much are gonna cap out at 2,842 Newton meters, which isn't a lot, considering that hopefully this engine will stay together long enough so for us to be playing with it. As you'll see later in the video with regards to the chassis that we built, I couldn't perhaps make it mid-engine, so to speak, but I'll save that for a little bit later after we built this beautiful engine. And of course we're gonna run this thing on a dyno as we normally do. Another thing I'm gonna touch on, we're gonna be using the automation test track in automation, so there's no actually driving the vehicle per se. We're just gonna watch it go around track and see which lap time it will produce, which I think is gonna be pretty good. As you can see here, we are making well over 4,000 horsepower, and because I figured superchargers out, so I slowly but surely tuned the supercharger the right way. So it's taken a few videos for me to get superchargers perfect, for me at least, for what I'm doing with them. So if you are a lot smarter than me, tell me in the comments what I'm doing wrong, because I love reading you guys' comments, and thank you to everybody who has left a comment in the past. And if you like this type of stuff and you would love to see more about it, number one, comment down below, and number two, hit that like button, because it tells the algorithm and it tells me that you guys want to see more of this. So now that I've done my normal YouTuber bits, the other thing I want to say is thank you so much for the engine suggestion, and if you have an engine that you would love to see on the channel, or even a chassis, if I can make it possible, I probably will, but we're just gonna build it and test it in automation like we're doing today. So as you can see here, we're already at 4,442 horsepower without too much tuning per se. It's not taking as long as it usually does. So let's up our exhaust side of the turbocharger, or turbine side, and then let's add some boost. Because I've got a feeling we're gonna reach the cap of this engine well before we reach the cap of the turbocharger, i.e. boost. So there's that. Also another thing that we need to keep in mind, that is 1.7 bar of boost that the supercharger is creating itself on top of the turbocharger's boost. So there's a combined output there. You always just have to keep that in mind, because I see some people have started playing with it, my fellow YouTuber friends, as I would like to put them. Fellow YouTubers that have been messing around with these engines, and I see they've been doing pretty damn well with them. So yeah, best of luck to those people, and yeah, let's increase some boost and let's see where it goes before the engine, well, decides to blow up, because that is also a problem. So I'm not running high compression in this engine. We're very low compression per se for a V10 that's aspirated, or rather force induction is applied to it. So it's not too terrible. I mean, 5,600 horsepower is a lot. So let's see if we can make that 6000, since we crossed well over my number before. Which I think is going to be very possible actually. So let's increase our turbine size. Let's go do that. Let's also increase the boost again. One thing that bothers me quite a bit is how stressed our turbocharger is, number one, and also our supercharger, but I believe it's going to be normal for that to happen. So let's lower our compression a whole bunch more. Let's see how much horsepower we can get out of it. Well over 6000, perfect. Okay, let's see how far this train will carry us, since we're heading to the moon now. So one thing I need to keep in mind and also keep my eye on is how much our internal rotating assembly is stressed. So we're gonna add a whole bunch of timing now to see whether or not it helps, because sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. In this case it looks like it is helping. So it's 72% stress, that's not terrible, but it ain't great. So I think I'm gonna perhaps lower our supercharger gear ratio and also increase our supercharger tune. So let's increase our AO ratio and compressor trim and also our boost. See how far it will go. Let's see. 6000, almost 6400, perfect. Can we get, let's say 7000 for out of it. It's looking like it's gonna make it, so hopefully it does not blow up before that. Okay, wow, okay, there we are. Okay, so I thought something like that is gonna happen, so again we have to keep that in mind. We are pushing this engine really hard, so let's see if we can get maybe 6800. We're so close to it, so I'm going to try a couple of things and see if it works, which I believe it would, but we'll see. So a little less compression is still going to pop the engine. Let's see if we increase our cam profile a little bit. Okay, that has helped. Just need to keep my eye on that. Let's increase the exhaust. Let's see if that can get us our number. Okay. Come on. You can do it. Hey, there we go. Perfect. So we're gonna do 2 dyno runs, one looking at this beautiful twin charged engine and also one looking at the graph. So let's see what it sounds like. That does sound amazing. That sound is weird. So let's continue building our van. So here is the chassis we are doing our experiments on, and we're going to be using a sequential gearbox, 7-speed of course. And I see that the Claymore engine does not fit. Now I wish I could have a piece of tape in the game and stick it over that warning symbol, because I don't need to see my warning symbols. So I'm changing my tires up to something that's a little bit more useful. As you'll see a bit later in this video, this van takes on quite a bit of a transformation after we've built this side of it. Then you guys are probably going to get quite a shock if I don't make it the thumbnail of the video, but if I do, then, well, yeah, the secret's out, I guess. But it involves aerobits, and it was inspired by a particular very fast van from the 90s, the 80s, and the 70s, I believe. No, it's the 90s, I believe. Let's just say that. Hint hint, it has a blue oval for a badge. Hint hint. So let's see. Where is our engine? This is annoying. Let's go back here and just reselect a couple of things. Engine should fit, it's perfect. I'm actually surprised it fits. I'm surprised. That's new. Maybe if we go and reselect the body, maybe it will help. So I'm just gonna take the body off so we can see exactly how our engine would look in this chassis, which I don't think is gonna be very well. So let's change up a couple of things. Okay. Engine should be there now. There we go. And yes, our van body is made out of carbon fiber. Yeah, I like how the turbo is split right in half by the actual chassis and also suspension. That's quite funny. That's comical actually. So yeah, let me quickly just... There we go. Beautiful. Yes, it looks like a full-blown experiment. I call this thing the thing, because it's an experiment. And also I forgot to increase the wheels on the experiment. I think I'm gonna make that the video's thumbnail and also title, the experiment. So yeah, let's get to the little test track. I believe is over here. Oh, we also need to increase our ride height because it's way too damn low. So yeah, we're gonna do the small track now and see what it does. I also do apologize if this particular side of the video is really annoying. At least from the standpoint that I'm taking, but yeah. So hopefully this thing won't be too ridiculously loud. But if it is, oh well. Enjoy the noises of a V10 that's twin charged. And also a somewhat laggy PC. But yeah, don't worry about it, it'll be fine. Alright, so I'm just quickly gonna change up the tracks, but also 108 on that small track is pretty damn fast for what it is. So I think I'm gonna switch over to the automation test track as I said in the beginning. Now if you can't hear me throughout this whole video, I am sorry and also enjoy. Again. I mean, a 1 minute 55 second around the automation test track is pretty damn good. And also the reason why I kept it at speed 5 or setting 5 is just so that we can get through the lap without listening too much to the little bit of stuttering that I see is happening. But yeah, this van is pretty cool, so thank you to the suggested video for this. And also it weighs nothing. I mean, it makes a whole bunch of power. It also weighs just under 2 tons, and it makes 6,800 horsepower. But anyways guys, thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. If you want to see more of this type of content, hit that subscribe button. Also, let me know down below what else would you love to see. But that's all from me for today. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye bye.